Good morning, everyone. Dear students, today we'll study about the angular projection of projectile. Means now the projectile is fired at an angle theta. Earlier we have studied that from one height we were throwing the projectile, but now we will not throw it from the height, but we will throw it from the ground at an angle theta and with initial velocity u. So I hope you can see in diagram, this dotted portion is showing your trajectory, means the path followed by the projectile. Students, again I'm telling you that theta is the angle at which we have thrown our object. So the u means initial velocity we will resolve into two components, horizontal and vertical. So horizontal component will be u cos theta and vertical component will be u sin theta. Why it is why horizontal component is cos theta and vertical component is sin theta? So for that I'm telling you one trick, means how to resolve a vector. Dear students, let us suppose that I'm having these two components of one vector. Let us suppose this is the vector whose horizontal component is x and vertical component is y, and this is the angle made by the vector, that is theta. Then I can drop one perpendicular from here, okay, and whenever this x I want to calculate, then how I can calculate x? You know that x means base upon vector. Let us suppose vector is a, so x upon a is equal to what? Base upon vector, base upon hypotenuse is cos theta. So that's why we can write x is equal to a cos theta, means horizontal component is vector cos theta. Similarly, if I want to calculate the vertical component, this was a, this was x and it was y. If I want to calculate this vertical component, then what I will do? Y upon a means perpendicular upon hypotenuse, and you know according to trigonometry, perpendicular upon hypotenuse is sin theta. That means y is equal to a sin theta. So dear students, in this way you can see that whenever we are resolving a vector into its components, then its horizontal component will be cos theta and vertical component will be sin theta along with the vector. Similarly, here we have a vector u. That's why u is resolved into two components. One is horizontal component, that is cos theta, and second is vertical component, that is u sin theta. Okay, so let us proceed further. We can write ux is equal to u cos theta and uy is equal to u sin theta. Why? Because just now I told you horizontal and vertical components. Okay. Now students, again we will do same. We will write the equations of motion and we will calculate the equation of parabola. So for this, let us write ax equal to 0. Now why ax is 0? I told you that the object we are throwing in upward direction towards horizontal, the acceleration is 0, because we are not accelerating it towards horizontal, we are throwing it in upward direction and it is coming under the action of gravity. Once again, ay is equal to minus g. Why minus g, students? Because we are throwing the object in upward direction but it is coming down under the action of gravity alone. So using the equation of path, that is x is equal to uxt plus half axt square along x-axis only first. Put the value of ux is equal to u cos theta and ax is equal to 0. Then you know what will happen. Ax is 0, so second term will reduce to 0. X is equal to u cos theta t. That means your t would be equal to x upon u cos theta. Students, this is the value of x which we will use in the second equation of motion when we will calculate the path for vertical direction. So this is the equation for vertical direction. Putting the value of uy is equal to u sin theta and the value of ay is minus g, we are getting this equation. But students, here we have calculated already the value of t from this equation. So when you will put back the value of t in this equation, then what you will get? U sin theta x upon u cos theta minus half g x upon u cos theta square. Just simplify it, take the things which are common. So first of all, sin theta, students, this is sin theta and this is cos theta. U and u will cancel out, so you will get x tan theta, okay, minus half yx square, u square cos square, theta in denominator. Once again you can see that here it is x square, okay, and whenever the term is coming x square means it is the equation of parabola. Hence the path followed by the projectile is parabolic in nature. Okay, so in first case, when we have thrown the projectile, now let us calculate some important terms like time of flight. What do you mean by time of flight? Time of flight means the time taken by the projectile to complete its journey. Students, you can write a definition on your notebook also, that time of flight is defined as the time taken by the projectile to complete its journey. Here you can see students that A is the point of projection, means जहाँ से हमने object को फेंका है, and B is the point of landing, means where it has touched the ground once again, and this point difference is known as range of the projectile. Okay, so we will calculate range as well, but our first target is to calculate the time of flight. So to calculate time of flight, we will use a very basic equation of motion, that is v is equal to u plus at. So for that we are taking that value of t when y equal to 0. So y is equal to u yt plus half a yt square, because we are taking it in vertical direction. Students, put the value of uy and ay. You will get 0 is equal to u sin theta minus half gt square equal to gt square is equal to u sin theta t. Simple calculations, and gt you are taking on the other side. Now 2 will go up, so t would be equal to, this is the quadratic equation and you have to solve it. Whenever you will solve, then you will get that t is equal to 2u sin theta upon g. Not that much stuff, it is simple. It was half g t square is equal to u sin theta t. If in simple way you will solve it, then t and t will cancel out with each other. So t would be equal to 2 will go up, so it is 2u sin theta, and g will come down, so 2u sin theta upon g. So dear students, this is the expression for time of flight, very important. Okay, now next is maximum height attained. So dear students, we know that time period is 2u sin theta upon g, but for maximum height we will take half of the time period only. That's why we are taking it equal to u sin theta upon g. Okay, so for this we are using the equation of motion, y is equal to ut plus half at square. Put the values and you will get that u square sin square theta upon g minus half u square sin square theta upon g. Take the common, which you can take common, u square sin square theta upon 2g would be your answer. Okay, so dear students, this is the maximum height, means the maximum vertical distance up to an object can reach. Last one is your range, that how to calculate range. A range means the distance between the point of projection and the point where it will hit the ground. So we are taking here equation of motion x is equal to uxt plus half axt square. Time period will take here full, will not take half. For maximum range, we will take full time period 2u sin theta upon g. So our value we have to put, ax is already equal to 0, which we have written in beginning, and you have to keep in your mind. So when you will put all these values, second term will reduce to 0 because it is multiplied by 0, and you are getting that range is equal to u square sine 2 sine theta cos theta upon g. So this is the expression for range. So dear students, let me recapitulate once again what we have studied today. We studied about the path of the projectile, which is parabolic in nature when it is fired at an angle theta. And second, we have studied the expression for time of flight, then maximum height attained, and then range of the projectile. All these 3 points are very important. So please go through this once again and post your queries on my WhatsApp number. That's all about today's class. Thank you. Have a nice day.